There we go. We've been on TV the whole time, just no words. Okay, welcome to the Tuesday, February 11th, 2014 meeting of the Hot Springs Board of Directors. And tonight our invocation will be led by Mr. Gary Carnahan, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please stand with me?
Let's bow and pray together. Father, thank you so much for this great city and the people who live here, the citizens and their families. I thank you especially for this board who works unselfishly and without pay to consider the many requests, the many issues that come before them. I pray that you'd give them clear minds and objective thoughts, help them to evaluate and to judge rightly in the decisions that they have to make, and bless them for their service in doing that. Also pray, Lord, that you would protect and bless those people who work for the city, who serve our citizens by getting up in the night hours and early morning hours in utilities and sanitation and streets and fire and police, and who put their lives on the line even in unsafe and situations in cold weather. Pray that you'd bless and protect them and keep them safe from harm. And thank you for this great evening and great opportunity to be together and consider these issues. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I hereby call this meeting to order. Would you please call the roll?
Yes. Davidson?
Here.
Clark?
Here.
Jones?
Here.
Sorry. McCabe?
Here.
Garcia?
Here.
Foley?
Here.
Carney?
Here. Okay, directors, are there any, do we have the minutes? We don't have that for last time, I don't think, or did we?
Should be in your packet.
It's in a packet, okay. Are there any corrections, additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda, including items, if any, to be removed from the consent agenda? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay, motion is adopted. The next item of business is to consider the approval of the minutes of the board meeting of the regular, that was it, January 21st?
Yes.
That was it, 21st. My dates.
So moved.
Did, okay.
You got a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Approve the minutes. And second. Oh, is that not the one we just did?
Did the approval
Agenda.
of the agenda.
Agenda, the minutes. Wake up. It's been cold. This is a weird day. This is an agenda meeting. We don't do this. Okay, here we go. To approve the minutes of January 21st, any corrections, additions, deletions, modifications, any at all? We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adopting, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Okay, the motion is adopted. Now, I needed coffee.
We'll get you some.
Okay, in an effort to afford everyone an equal and orderly opportunity to address the items on tonight's agenda, I want to remind our citizens and our guests that we adhere to a 3-minute limit on your comments. And for your convenience, we will display a little clock timer and we'll have a beeper. And while all members of the board may have questions of the speakers, I ask that any general comments be reserved for the board discussion after all the speakers have been heard. We also ask that all cell phones be silenced during the meeting, and please refrain from any disruptions of the meeting. Should you need to leave prior to the conclusion of this meeting, please do so quietly. And thank you very much for being here. We appreciate all of you who have come out for this board meeting that was specially called to make up for the last one. And at this time, did we have any guests to be recognized? I would like to recognize a guest. She's here and she's not signed up, but Angela Anderson. She's going to die. She's doing a special project for her degree in come up to the platform. She's been interviewing people all over the city, and she's been checking out our districts, and she's making a report on the good things that are happening instead of, usually we're focusing on the things that are falling apart and need to be fixed. And you want to tell us what it is you're writing?
Well, I'm doing a community assessment on District 2 specifically. I had to pick a community that was under a population of 10,000. And instead of focusing on the needs, it's on the strengths so that we could step away from deepening the dependency on services. And so that's what I'm trying to learn about, but also the impact as a large of Hot Springs on and it being the outer city and District 2 being the inner city, and just what things are going on within District 2.
And she's interested in knowing what all of you have to say, especially, I think, Elaine, that's in your district. And,
Called you.
and
The major assets of
she's
District
been
2.
interviewing a lot of people and learning a lot about our city and city government, and I just appreciate you being here tonight,
So much for
and
having
thank
me.
you for coming. Okay.
I have a guess.
You have a guess. Great. Okay.
Bill, would you like to introduce our newest employee?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the board. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our new Utilities Director for the City of Hot Springs, Scott Bundy from Toms River, New Jersey. Mr. Bundy's had more than 25 years' experience in water and wastewater activities and operations. He's the former Director of Central Services at Brick Township Municipal Utilities Authority in Brick, New Jersey. He's also directed the Municipal Utilities Authority in the New Jersey Township of Jackson. He comes to us with, as I mentioned, 25 years experience. He holds degrees in both business administration and civil engineering from Ocean County College in Toms River, as well as organizational management from Nyack College in Nyack, New York. So I'd like to introduce to you our new Utilities Director, Scott Bundy.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I've met most of you, and I'm very excited to be here, and everyone has welcomed me to the town. It's a great place, and I'm also thinking about opening a winter weather driving school. If anyone's interested.
Good
Thank
idea.
you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you being here. And we're looking forward to all the things you're going to do for Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Do we have any other guests?
I don't think so.
That it? Okay. All the rest of you look like employees, and then there's George over there. Hi. Okay. We will now consider our city manager's report.
Well, yeah, I guess to kind of piggyback on Scott's comment, I wanted to compliment our city departments for being prepared for the snow shower, blizzard, whatever we had on Friday night, as well as preparing for the imminent snow Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and indeed yesterday. And just for public consumption, even though we're not obviously equipped and resourced like a community that's in the snow belt would be, that'd be a waste of money. However, we have made a lot of improvements in the last, I'd say, year or so under the direction of Denny McFate and Bill Burrow, trying to, we actually have purchased a couple of snow plows. We have a grader that we've used. We're stockpiling sand. We're buying salt or calcium chloride. Just you can't store it, unfortunately. We're scheduling our employees, ahead of time, so we have the crews that can come in and relieve shifts that have been on duty for too long of a period of time. We have coordination with our IT department, Jeff Winter, Terry Payne, our PI, many with employee payroll issues that come up during emergencies. I think our fire chief did a wonderful job with, we didn't convene the EOC, but a lot of the resources that feed into the EOC, the county emergency management, the state troopers, state highway department, county public works, we're all sharing information to make sure that we can leverage as many resources as we can to deal with snow and ice like we had this past Friday. So I just wanted to really compliment our staff for pre-planning, which is really what it's all about. So thank you.
We appreciate that, and we will take instructions also on how to drive.
Well, a couple of things since I've got the bully pulpit, and it really, you have bad drivers everywhere, but people need to learn that you don't brake when you're going down the hill because you're going to end up in the ditch, and don't leave your car in the middle of Carpenter Dam Road, because we're going to have to tow it to move it out of the way. And so I really think there's just some good common sense type, applications our drivers need to use, because in many cases they make things worse. So that's an education thing, and hopefully we don't have to worry about this again this winter. But just my kind of observations.
Yeah, my instruction is stay home. Just don't get out there. Don't go. Okay. Do we have any announcements from our directors concerning upcoming events? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to remind everyone of the volleyball tournament that will be here in Hot Springs across the street at Summit Arena this weekend. It is the first of its kind in Hot Springs, and we are looking forward to a large turnout with thousands of people being here for the club ball tournaments. And the folks across the street with A&P have done a great job in working and preparing for this and getting this tournament. We look forward to the people coming to Hot Springs. And next Monday at 3 o'clock at the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Science, and the Arts is the historical marker presentation at 200 Whittington Avenue.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Mr. McCabe?
Yeah, I have three announcements. U.S. Congressman Tom Cotton will be hosting a Service Academy information session throughout various communities within Congressional District 4. We're fortunate to have one of those information sessions available within Garland County. The host school will be Lake Hamilton High School. It'll be a week from today, Tuesday, May 18th at 5 p.m. All students who are interested in any of the service academies are welcome to attend. Like I said, it'll be in the Technology Center at Lake Hamilton High School, Tuesday, May 18th at 5 o'clock. There are also two other sessions. One's going to kind of piggyback off that. For rising seniors, those who are currently juniors in high school, the United States Naval Academy has a summer seminar available for those students who are considering the United States Naval Academy as a post-high school option. During summer seminar, students will walk in the shoes of a midshipman for a 1 week period of time. There is a cost to that program, but it does allow you to, as I said, walk in the shoes of a midshipman and see what the Service Academy is all about and see if that's a lifestyle that you would enjoy. You can go online at usna.edu, click on admissions, and click on summer program, and the application will be there. Also, the Naval Academy opens up their laboratories to school-age students through their science, technology, engineering, and math camp. There's 3 weeks of camps during the summer. It's age-specific, so you don't have to worry about an 8th grader going to camp with a rising junior. But students who do attend will be able to access all the world-class laboratories that the Naval Academy offers. They are one of the top engineering schools in the country, and they are top in about 3 or 4 specific engineering disciplines. So again, go to usna.edu, click on admissions, click on summer programs. Applications for the summer seminar in STEM are open till March 31st. So,
Okay.
Good.
thank you.
Thank you.
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Habitat for Humanity will be partnering once again with the Home Builders Association of Greater Hot Springs for the annual Blitz Build. This year, they're attempting to build not 1 but 2 family homes in one day, the first time this has been done in Arkansas. The homes will have walls framed and sheathed, roof trusses set, roof decked and felted, house wrap applied, and the windows and door set all in one day. This will take place on Saturday, March 1st at 208 and 210 Oma Street off Ridgeway in Hot Springs. Coffee, donuts, snacks, drinks, and lunch will be provided. There will be door prizes for volunteers in attendance. If you would like to volunteer or donate products, please contact Executive Director Nicole Good at the Habitat office, 501-623-5600.
Thank you.
Great. Good news.
Okay. Anyone else?
Great.
Oh, okay. And we'd like to let you know that the financial statements are on financial records of the city are on file and open for public inspection at the finance office located on Airport Road. So if you're snowed in, you might want to go there and just read our financial statements. Something to do. All right. Acknowledgement. And then the next is our consent agenda. The next item of business is to consider the consent agenda. Items in this section are of a routine nature and will be considered as one item of business without discussion. I will now entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
I so move, Mayor.
Is there a second? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Would you please call the roll?
Yes. McCabe.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Foley.
Aye.
Davidson.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
Carney.
Aye.
Adopted.
It is adopted. And now for old business. The next item of business is to consider resolution number R1418. Council, would you please read the resolution by title?
Resolution R1418, a resolution authorizing the removal of certain parking meters within downtown Hot Springs area. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you now entertain a motion, a second to adopt and have discussion, if any.
Do I have a motion to adopt? Is there a second? Okay, a motion and a second and discussion. Our staff person is Mr. Burrows.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an item that's come before you on several occasions. It comes back tonight. Again, staff continues to recommend that several parking meters be removed to facilitate smoother parking in some of the areas and to encourage our downtown businesses. With reduction in parking meters, staff also recommends that the parking meter technician position be converted to a part-time position. There's been many discussions concerning the merits of parking in the downtown Hot Springs area. Typically, parking meters are viewed as a way of controlling parking rather than a profit center. Hot Springs is no exception. Over the past few years, we've removed many of the downtown meters in order to encourage the residents and tourists to visit downtown. Parking meters generate around $128,000 annually. The money is used to pay a parking meter technician, but is also used to pay the expenses of the parking deck. Those expenses are around $65,000 annually. There are some areas where we have parking meters that continue to need traffic control provided by the meters, but there are other areas that do not need this and also are in very low traffic areas. Staff has reviewed the metered areas, focusing on the number of meters, the income generated by the meters, the need for control, and the impact on the downtown visitors. Very little of this parking is located near any of the retail shopping. We did visit with retail merchants on Ouachita, and 2-hour parking sign will be used on one of the blocks there. Also, input was sought from current customers at the parking deck that pay annually and use hang tags. Based on this input and other factors, we recommend that we remove all of the meters from the parking deck, some on Central, Ouachita, Prospect, and Spring. There would be a total of 247 meters. There would be 325 meters remaining, which would be in a more concentrated area. This would result in our having about half as many meters as we've had in the past. With this reduction in workload, we recommend again that position be moved to part-time rather than a full-time position. The removal of this large number of meters would take some time and would probably not be completed for a couple of months. Based on current revenue estimates, the removal of the meters of these particular meters would be about an impact of $26,000 on an annual basis, offset by the savings of the parking technician's part-time position at $20,000 for a net reduction of about $6,000. To go a little further in exactly where some of these meters are, 10 of these meters are located on Prospect. To give you an idea of where, it's alongside that first block by Maxine's. Typically, these meters are used at night, and we don't charge for the meters at night. Very seldom do you see any vehicles there during the day. 158 of these meters are inside the parking deck itself. It's about 4 decks. There are 2 additional decks that currently have no meters. At one time, the parking deck had none in the entire structure. There are 13 along Spring Avenue. These on Spring are actually located on the north side of Spring. We've already removed the meters on the south side there by St. Luke's, and this would just be the opposite side there. Again, they're underutilized meters. 59 meters are on Ouachita. These do cover a pretty good area of Ouachita, primarily around the courthouse in those areas. And again, one of the businesses did request 2-hour parking along one of those blocks, and I believe that's the block there where Craighead Cleaners once was. There were a couple of questions regarding the parking deck and the number of permits that we had there. Typically, we have about 53 permits in the parking deck. So far for 2014, only 23 of those have been renewed. 2 of those are employees of the Park Service that only took those out for 1 quarter. I believe they only had a need for this 1 quarter. One was relocating. 3 of them were for one of the businesses in the downtown area. They purchased a permit for 3 months. And primarily all of the others, I believe there were 18 others that were for one business in the downtown area, Martin Marietta's. So we have 2 businesses and 2 individuals so far that are impacted by the permits, and 2 of those were only 3 months and the others were all 6 months. We would recommend refunding those fees that we charge for those permits if the board so chooses to pass this. Be glad to answer any questions.
I was just wondering if, we continually hear how employees of businesses park. And is there any type of request that we could send to the businesses that, requesting that they not allow that? Or, it's hurting their own business, of course, but I continue to get those messages that the employees are taking up the spots.
And we hear that as well. And whether that's in metered or unmetered spots that we have in the downtown area now, we do hear some of those. I can tell you that some businesses police that very well and others don't. We could certainly make that request again through the downtown merchants meeting or one of the other venues to try to get information to those businesses. But we do hear that as well. And again, when you have this type of parking in our downtown area, you almost have to self-police that by asking your own employees not to do so. And we do see a lot of those that are using the parking deck in the upper floors where we already have the free parking.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the newspaper could help us out with that. Front page article or something. Yes, ma'am.
Well, what would be the effective date?
It would be 30 days after you pass this ordinance.
And regarding the position that would go to part-time, there's processes within the city to assist that employee if they desire to seek full-time for another position, possibly in another department, or that employee would still have an opportunity to apply for other full-time positions within the city?
Certainly. As positions come available, and they're always posted, whether it be inside or out, that particular individual will be eligible to apply for any one of those positions that she is so qualified.
And any questions that employee could seek from the supervisor or from HR?
I'm sorry?
Any questions regarding this, that employee can seek answers from the HR department or their supervisor?
Certainly. If there's a question of what positions may be open or what those qualifications are, they should be in that job posting. We have an internal job posting process. But if there's ever any question, they're posted here at City Hall as well as online, and could call Human Resources at any time to see what those openings were and what the qualifications of those positions are.
Well, when this was tabled previously, I did hear from other merchants downtown that asked us to approve this, particularly from the 300, 400, and 500 block of downtown, that said they thought that was something that we could do that would help in the downtown.
We have heard positive comments from several in the downtown area as well, or in favor of this. We've met on more than one occasion with the downtown merchants. There's also been a request to remove parking in Hill Wheatley Plaza. However, we have not we haven't done a thorough analysis on that. We have looked at these spots up to this point and really need to work into that. We need to see what the impact of this change is as we move forward and looking at other areas of parking. But we've heard this similar. We have had a couple of concerns, but I think we've been able to address those. It hasn't come with no concern. But we've taken each one and have discussed those with the people, and so far we've not had any opposition that from the downtown group. Most of it, well, I can't say none. I can tell you the majority has all been favorable, and we've attended again several of those meetings.
We also had the request from the National Park System that they would like to have them removed.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we're speaking of, that you'll include in a future analysis.
Yes, those in Hill Wheatley and other areas. I mean, as we look at our entire parking areas, I mean, we still have a lot of concentrated parking in certain areas, but as we move through the process, they should always be reviewed for whether we need to change the time frame, whether we need to change the meters themselves, or whether we need to discontinue that parking completely, as we've done over the past year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe even 2 years. I mean, we've been removing meters for a while now, just nothing this significant. It took us a while to put this together, to look at that usage. And again, all of these on this list are our underutilized meters. Those others that we haven't addressed, they're being utilized quite a bit, so we chose not to include them on this because of the usage. They are obviously serving a purpose for controlling parking in those areas.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We didn't have anyone signed up, so do you have any other questions, any other comments? Okay. Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Garcia.
Aye.
Foley.
Aye.
Davidson.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
McCabe.
Aye.
Carney.
Aye.
Adopted.
It is adopted. Thank you. The next item of business is consider ordinance number 01405. I will entertain a motion to suspend the rules and read by title only.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor to suspend the rules, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, council, would you please read the ordinance by title?
Ordinance 01405, an ordinance providing for a comprehensive records management system, including regulations for maintenance, retention, and disposal, and for other purposes. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you now entertain a motion, second to adopt and have discussion, if any.
Do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
And a second, and discussion. Again, we don't have any people signed up, so are you the one that's going to present that?
Okay. Oh, I will be.
You will? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. This particular item comes to you as a adoption of a administrative policy by way of an ordinance that will allow us to have a very uniform and comprehensive records management policy, and kind of the entire encompassment of that will be the management of retention, the destruction as well, which will be the ultimate end of it. In your packet, there was a listing, a pretty exhaustive listing of the various departments, entities, and the records that each one of them are required to maintain by way of state or federal law. And what we have included with it are the time limits for each one. Some are permanent, such as the items that come from the board, resolutions, ordinances, minutes, things like that are required to be kept permanently. Others have various lifespans from 3 to 10 years, etc. But what this will do, it will provide a very uniform and kind of easy template for the various departments to utilize, so that we become a little bit more efficient in the records that we store, which are also, is a big component with the space that records take up, not only physical space but also space within our servers and etc. So what this will do will provide us the policy that will hopefully get everybody on board for an efficient records policy.
Sounds great. Okay, do we have any questions of Lance about this? Yes, sir.
Lance, is this a, I thought I recalled seeing something like this before, so is this a change from what we've had, or is it just an adoption of what we already have?
This will be an adoption of what we're currently doing, except it'll make it a standard uniform practice. These are things that the departments are currently doing. We'd just like to make it a standard process for them.
Thank you.
Any other questions, discussion? Yes, ma'am.
As I understand it, the city clerk's office provides the oversight of the policy, and each department head is responsible within their department.
Yes, each department will
adhere to the compliance of the policy.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing no further discussion, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Davidson?
Aye.
Jones?
Aye.
Clark?
Aye.
McCabe?
Aye.
Garcia?
Aye.
Foley?
Aye.
Carney?
Aye.
Adopted.
It is adopted. Thank you. Okay, the next item of business is a continuation of the annual evaluation of the city attorney and city manager, and this will conclude in an executive session. Do I have a motion to recess into executive session?
I so move, Mayor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we will now recess into executive session and reconvene afterwards to announce and to vote on any action that may be taken. Thank you all for being here. You can stay if you'd like. You may leave if you would like. Thank you. 3.
One more.
Okay. I hereby call this meeting back to order. The board has concluded its evaluations of the city manager and city attorney and have made the following determination. The city manager and the city attorney are awarded a one-time lump sum payment of $5,000 in addition to the budgeted 2% one-time lump sum payment previously approved by the board. Is there a motion to this effect?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Davidson.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
McCabe.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Foley.
Aye.
Carney.
Aye. And the next item of business is to consider resolution number R1419. Council, would you please read the resolution by title?
Resolution R1419, a resolution authorizing amendments to the budget of the City of Hot Springs, Arkansas for year 2014 and for other purposes. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you now entertain a motion second to adopt and no discussion, if any.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Yes, ma'am.
Just for everyone's clarification, this is not, this is line item changes on the budget. It's not adding anything to the budget.
Yes. Right.
Thank you.
Is that approved? Okay. Okay, is any further discussion? Hearing none. Do we need to read?
I read by title only, but just to clarify what Director Garcia said, there will be a reduction in the amount of $5,000 to the City Manager Reserve Fund 001.1.113.5900 and an increase to account number 001.1.113.5013 and a reduction in $5,000 from Board of Directors Reserve Fund 001.1.111.5900 and an increase to City Attorney Fund or line item 001.1.115.5013.
Thank you for that clarification. We appreciate that. Okay.
Point taken.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Okay. Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Jones.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
McCabe.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Foley.
Aye.
Davidson.
Aye.
Carney.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Let me see. There was no further action taken in the meeting, and that would conclude all of our business. No one signed up. Nobody wants to talk. Okay, that concludes our business tonight. Are there any comments by the board members? Anything you'd like? Yes, ma'am.
I had just wanted to make sure that I publicly thanked Ed Montgomery from the street department and the entire street department crews, Denny McFay, Bill Burrow. I was one of the motorists caught on one of the hills Friday evening, and personally
For how many hours?
Was the recipient of their hard work out in the weather conditions that were hazardous and treacherous road conditions. And Mr. Montgomery was actually out outside of the vehicles and helped push my car into the sanded lane so I could make it up the hill. And I was just like a mile from home, could make it. And the Hot Springs Police Department, they were out working. I witnessed all of that. I saw how well they were working and coordinating everything with the other departments. And I wanted to thank, last week I had a community meeting that was very well attended. Wanted to thank Judge Davis, Sheriff Sanders, and the new Director of Corrections, the jail administrator, Mark Chamberlain. And they did a great job, and wanted to thank them as well.
Okay, I just have one question for you. How many times have you been rescued from traffic or fallen trees or snow by either Lance or Bill? Well, city, you remember it was a tornado.
Fire department.
It was the fire department. They were out for you. I think that's really great. We thank them all for saving you.
Fallen
I know, tornado, snowstorm. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
I'm just going to reiterate, and I've already said something to Bill, but we had a situation the day after where I heard this one truck, and I went outside to watch him because he'd try to go up Ramble, and then he'd slide back down. And he'd keep trying, and he's just going all over the place. And I had parked my car close to the street, and I thought, he's going to hit my car. He couldn't make it, so he goes all the way around and tries to come in from the other way. And then he comes back and does it again. And he had been called by this hospice nurse that is my neighbor. She couldn't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent an email to Bill, and it's not very long, and I hear this big truck. This was the afternoon. I said, I know your list is long. And they sanded, and she was able to get out and go take care of her duties. So
Wow.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Thank you, Bill.
It's our street department. They did all the good. So
I stood out there.
I appreciate those
Yep,
guys.
yep. Thumbs up.
They did a great job.
And
You sure the guy wasn't driving around looking for
not been
luggage?
rescued from anything? Nothing? Okay. All right. There being no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Good. We don't act like
There a
this.
second. We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned.
That's something for you.